This is KGW News at 11.
And thanks for joining us at 11 on your Sunday night. I'm John Adams. We begin with some developing tragic news out of southeast Portland, where a pedestrian has died after they were hit by a car. It happened just before 6 tonight on Southeast Foster Road at 97th and Woodstock, just off of I-205. Police say the man who was hit was deceased by the time officers arrived. The driver who hit him stayed and cooperated with investigators. Woodstock Boulevard's between 97th and 101st was closed for several hours for the investigation, but has since reopened. This was the 5th traffic fatality of the year in the city of Portland. We're also learning tonight that 2 Gresham police officers were hurt while making an arrest. Around 5:30, they responded to a domestic assault call on Southwest Hartley Avenue just off of Highland Drive. When they moved to take the man into custody, he resisted arrest. One officer's injuries were minor. The other was taken to the hospital. He's expected to survive. Portland police are working to uncover the details after a man was found dead Saturday evening in the Beaumont-Wilshire neighborhood. Sydney Dorner spoke with a neighbor about what she saw.
I'm here on Northeast Milton and Cesar E. Chavez, where police responded to a call of a man shot and left dead in the street.
I've lived in this neighborhood for more than 20 years. Never had anything like this at all. So it is new and scary and not okay.
Andrea Hand was enjoying her Saturday evening in her Beaumont-Wilshire home when she heard
one single sound that sounded, I thought, oh, was that a gunshot? It did make me think that. But it was softer than you would think. It did sound close by, but softer than I've heard from other areas. And it was only once, so I kind of waited and listened, didn't hear anything else, so I totally dismissed it.
Just 10 minutes later at around 6:45 p.m.,
I saw police lights and everything, and then a flashlight, and a policewoman came to my door and said that someone had been shot, or 2 houses down from me, and the person was deceased.
Andrea immediately checked her security cameras and couldn't really see anything. She then checked with her next door neighbors who had footage of a car coming down their street, then stopping.
Someone opened the trunk, took a person out of the trunk, and I couldn't tell from looking at it if the person was already unconscious or what. Dumped that poor person on this parking strip, shot them once, stood there for a few moments, closed the trunk, and drove away.
We haven't seen this video, and police haven't confirmed exactly what happened. Portland police say the suspect left the scene before they arrived and no immediate arrests were made. Their homicide unit is currently on the hunt for more answers.
It was so sad to think of, who was that person that was just dumped on the ground like this. It's really, really disturbing.
Portland police ask anyone with more information about this case to come forward. Sydney Dorner, KGW News.
All right, turning to weather now. Taking a look outside, it's 52 degrees in the Rose City on this Sunday night. A dry, pleasant weekend, but that's about to change. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is here with a look at our forecast. When's that rain moving in, Joe?
Well, it's going to be raining in here in the next couple of hours. But again, it really won't start to see that rain kick in downtown Portland until basically the morning commute. As we take a look at the radar, our sunny and dry conditions are going to be done heading into the start of your work week. You can kind of see that upper level low. All this cold front that's moving in from the south is also producing an atmospheric river throughout parts of Southern California, basically the Bay Area, all the way down into LA County, into Los Angeles. Heavy amounts of rain and heavy amount of snow throughout the Sierras as well. As we look at the hour by hour precipitation map, it kind of shows temperatures going to be cooling off into the mid 40s for your overnight lows. Again, if you're traveling over the mountain passes tonight and into tomorrow, you can be seeing a couple of inches of snowfall. But again, the snow level will start to jump above past levels late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening hours. Temperatures will be basically on average heading into your Monday. Last couple of days, we've been kind of spoiled with a lot of sunshine and well above average temperatures. We topped out with highs close to 60 degrees today. Of course, Friday, we saw record-breaking temperatures. We're going to cool things off heading into the next few days. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. Oregon lawmakers will meet to start the 2024 legislative session tomorrow. It's a short session, only lasting until March the 10th. Lawmakers need to be laser focused on their priorities. Already it's clear there are 2 things at the top of the list: housing and drug use. And Evan Watson's joining us now with a preview. Evan, good evening.
Good evening, John. In their opening statements, Democrats and Republicans seemed pretty much aligned when it comes to their goals for the upcoming month. Governor Tina Kotek is pushing a major $500 million housing package, saying that is an absolute must.
Oregonians know the status quo is not working on housing production. We feel it every day in our communities.
Governor Tina Kotek says her ambitious proposal to build middle-income and affordable housing across the state is her top priority. The $500 million bill includes $200 million for infrastructure, like sewers, roads, and water lines, plus more for the development itself, a new government office overseeing the program, and a one-time tool for some cities to expand their urban growth boundaries.
We can do this. We can have a tool around urban growth boundary extensions that is targeted, that meets affordability goals, that protects our environment, and that is what is in this bill.
Luckily for Kotek, Republicans like Senate Minority Leader Tim Knope recognize the need for fast-tracked housing development.
Housing far and away is the biggest priority for Oregonians, and second to that is in fact doing something with the drug addiction crisis.
Lawmakers may also decide on recriminalizing small amounts of drugs, changing Measure 110 to fight the state's addiction crisis.
We have more people dying on the street. We have people at open-air drug markets. We need to get to a solution.
Democrats say fighting community addiction means expanding treatment facilities and incentivizing workers through apprentice programs, higher pay, or other sources.
On behavioral health and the addiction crisis, we all know that we need more access to treatment facilities and a more streamlined and coordinated system of care in Oregon. And for that to happen, we need more facilities and we need a bigger workforce.
Republican and Democrat leaders both mentioned harsher penalties for drug dealers.
Accountability through the criminal justice system, but we also have to have that compassionate care. And I believe those are the two things that are going to drive the conversation for Measure 110.
Kotek has been non-committal on if she would approve recriminalization, but seemed open to it if it's packaged with other improvements.
Recriminalization in isolation, I think it's missing the point. So my question is going to be like, if you make a change, legislature, and you're suggesting a change, what else are you going to do different to make sure we have better outcomes?
As of now, leaders from both parties say talks have been collaborative and they're finding common ground. But Knope wouldn't completely rule out another Republican Senate walkout if Republicans feel things aren't going their way.
I think if people believe that they need to take a principled stand on a certain issue, I think that it is possible that there'll be walkouts in the future.
Kotek says her big housing package could be funded by the state with money that's already been collected. The state's revenue forecast will be released on Wednesday, determining how much lawmakers have to work with this session.
All right, Evan, thank you. It's going to be a busy couple weeks, that's for sure. Well, and tomorrow night at 6:30, Pat Doris and the team from The Story are at the Capitol meeting with lawmakers on both sides to dig into their plans. The Story is dedicating the entire half hour to the upcoming session, including a step-by-step guide into how you can weigh in on issues that are important to you, plus a look at why Oregon has a short and a long session and who that giant gold man is on top of the Capitol building. Been wondering that myself. Watch The Story in Salem tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Well, a heads up for folks who use the St. John's Bridge to get around. It's going to be closed nightly this week for maintenance and inspection. The full closures will go from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. beginning tomorrow night and every night until Saturday morning. And this isn't just for cars. There will be no bike or pedestrian access, only access for emergency vehicles. This means some long detours to the Fremont Bridge to get across the Willamette, so plan ahead. The work is expected to wrap up by Saturday morning. February is Black History Month, and today the nation is honoring the legacy of Rosa Parks on what would have been her 111th birthday. Her refusal to give up her seat on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955 became a cornerstone of the American Civil Rights Movement. Here in Portland, the Alberta Abbey celebrated the life of Rosa Parks and the women of the historically Black Albina Elliott neighborhood who have pushed for progress and are making a difference in their community.
I think that she would be incredibly proud. I think that she would feel honored. At the same time, I also believe that there would still be some things that she sees that she would like to still change.
This was the first year for the event. The Abbey has a number of events celebrating Black history throughout February. Visit albertaabbey.org for more information.